Welcome to the J-Spot, the place where we stimulate the most sensitive parts of your brain.
And today, we are aiming that stimulation directly at your nervous system.
Yeah. So it is Friday, March 6, 2026. And look, I really don't want to project here, but if you are feeling just a bone-deep exhaustion right now, you are definitely not alone.
Oh, absolutely.
Between the 24-hour news cycle and just the general intensity of the political climate this week, it really feels like we've been holding our breath for 5 days straight.
And that feeling is actually a physiological signal. There's this concept called the window of tolerance. It's basically the zone where you can function effectively and actually handle stress.
Right.
But right now, most of us have been pushed way outside of it. We're stuck in what's called a hyper-aroused state.
Which is the technical term for fight or flight, right?
Exactly. But usually fight or flight is just a temporary burst, to handle an immediate crisis.
Yeah.
When you're constantly exposed to distressing news, your body gets flooded with cortisol and adrenaline.
And it just stays there.
It stays there. Biologically, you are preparing for a physical threat that never actually enters the room.
Mm-hmm.
So you never get to come down.
So our mission for this deep dive is actually a little different today. We are giving you permission, or really a mandate, to just log off.
Yeah.
We're going to unpack the concept of rest as resistance and give you some practical tools to manually hack your nervous system this weekend.
And we really need to start with the cost of not logging off. We talk a lot about doom scrolling, but the actual data on this is startling.
I saw the study in our sources that mentioned 14 minutes.
That's a magic number, yeah. Research indicates it takes just 14 minutes of consuming negative news to significantly spike anxiety and depression levels.
Wow.
And in the current media landscape, you can hit 14 minutes before you've even finished your morning coffee.
But why does reading a tweet feel like a physical attack? I mean, my heart rate goes up, my palms sweat. It's just text on a screen.
Because your evolutionary hardware hasn't updated. This is the tiger problem.
Tiger problem.
All right, eons ago, a stress response was designed to help you run from a tiger. You see the threat, you run, you survive. The physical act of running completes the stress cycle.
But I can't run away from a push notification about a war.
Exactly. The tiger is the email or the news alert. Your body dumps the chemistry to run, but you just sit there.
Frozen.
You're stewing in stress hormones with nowhere for them to go because the cycle never closes.
So is the solution just ignoring reality? Because that feels irresponsible.
Researchers actually call it selective news avoidance. It isn't about ignorance. It's about a mental health boundary.
Oh, that makes sense.
Because if you succumb to compassion fatigue or issue fatigue, you burn out. And the reality is a burnout person cannot help anyone.
Which really leads us to the core philosophy for today. Tricia Hersey and the Nap Ministry, she coined rest as resistance. Now, to be clear, she isn't talking about self-care Sundays and face masks, is she?
Far from it. Hersey argues that the modern wellness industry is actually a trap. It sells you rest so you can recharge and just go back to being a productive worker.
Right, so her framework is a radical refusal of grind culture.
Yes. She links that grind directly to systems like capitalism and white supremacy that view bodies strictly as machines for production.
She has that incredible line, "We are born to rest. We are born to resist."
It completely reframes rest as a fundamental human right, not a luxury you have to earn by suffering first.
Okay, but here is the practical hurdle. Even if I agree with Hersey, sometimes my brain says rest, but my body is still buzzing. I lie down and my chest is tight.
That's because you can't think your way out of a feeling. You need bottom-up processing, using the body to tell the brain it's safe. The source material offers a few somatic exercises for this.
The physiological sigh was the one that stood out to me. It sounds fancy, but it's really just breathing.
It is specific breathing, though. You take 2 sharp inhales to the nose, one to fill the lungs, and a second one to pop the air sacs open.
And then a long, slow exhale through the mouth.
Exactly. It offloads carbon dioxide and literally hits the manual brake pedal on your nervous system.
And if breathing feels too passive?
Try the butterfly hug. Cross your arms over your chest and alternate tapping your shoulders. It mimics a self-embrace. Or even easier, you could just try humming.
Humming. Just regular humming.
Yeah, the vibration actually stimulates the vagus nerve, which runs from your brain all the way down to your gut. It literally vibrates your body into a rest and digest state.
So once we're calm, we can make room for the final piece, which is joy. You mentioned Audre Lorde's idea that self-preservation is political warfare.
Yes. In heavy political climates, joy isn't escapism. It is emotional camouflage. It keeps you human when the world tries to harden you.
The sources call it unguarded merrymaking.
I love that phrase. It's the fuel that lets you get back up and fight another day.
So here is your assignment for the weekend. Log off, do a butterfly hug if you have to, and please just find a moment of joy that has zero to do with your job or the news.
And I will leave you with a question from Tricia Hersey to meditate on. Who taught you to rest? If the answer is no one, or if you were taught that rest is laziness, this weekend is the perfect time to start learning a new way.
The J Spot is a Jay Briar Allen production, edited by Jay Rivera, Danielle Reyes, and Gisette Garcia.